KORN Country 92.1, KORN Country 92.1 morning show. Cole Swindell here joins us as he'll be live at the KORN Palace coming up here this Saturday night at 7:30. Cole, how are you?
I'm great, Travis. Good to talk to you, man. How are y'all?
Very good. Big life changes for you, your family life, moving out of Nashville. What's the last year and a half been like for you?
Pretty hectic. It's usually hectic on the road, but I think it's been more hectic at home. You know, becoming a father, having our first baby, a little girl. It's been life changing, but it's been amazing. It's really something that we both dreamed of, and to have a blessing like this it's been amazing, man. I appreciate you asking.
You're in Milwaukee Friday. You got to get to South Dakota here. You're playing after the Milwaukee Brewers game on Friday. Is it just hop on the bus, drive overnight, and get over to South Dakota?
Yes, actually, and everybody listening, it will be my wife's birthday.
Oh wow!
So I'm going to be away. She, I don't know how she feels about that, but I'm bringing the music to the people of South Dakota. I cannot wait to be out there, and we'll celebrate and just play some music. It's going to be a fun time.
Again, Cole Swindell will be at the KORN Palace Saturday night at 7:30. A few tickets available at the box office and at kornpalace.com. Whether it's a big baseball stadium, football stadium, a smaller venue, are there certain venues you like to play? Do you have a top 3 or 4 of like, these are my favorite venues to go to?
We get asked that a lot, I think, as artists, but for me, it's really wherever the crowd is the energy. I just hope, as long as the crowd's in it, we're in it, and we really do feed off their energy. So any stage I'm on, I feel fortunate to be there, but I really, anywhere the crowd is. But for me, we've got an upcoming show as well at Red Rocks in Colorado that's just a special venue. Even if you don't come see me there, if you got any artist or band you love, you got to go see a show there. Red Rocks is just, you really can't put it into words.
Cole Swindell joins us here, KORN Country 92.1 morning show. Your new single, Girl Dad, the songwriting process. You got this song in your head. Other people help you out. What is the process of putting a song together like that?
Yeah, it's really collabing. It's co-writing, as we call it. It just happens differently almost every time. Somebody may have an idea and somebody has a melody, or you really never know. I had this title, and I knew that people were going to look at it and be like, oh, no, what, what is this? And I just, that's why you have co-writers, because I knew going into it that it wasn't going to be what people thought. You read that title and you just think, oh, probably some sweet song about a guy being a girl dad, but it really is just a letter to my dad. A lot of people probably remember my song "You Should Be Here" years ago that got me through a tough time, but I feel like it also got a lot of other people through a tough time. So knowing songs like that, I can take ideas to writers that can bring the emotion out and just tell the story. And this was kind of a 10-year update since that. And Michael Tyler, Ben Stennis, they both wrote the song with me, and I just think it's a good reminder of how much life can change for good, even when you go through tough things. If you just keep going, you never know what's right around the corner, and I've certainly lived that. And so I just the process is kind of sharing your story through the songs and through the lyrics, and that's what I love to do.
Another new song, Bronco. What is the story behind this one?
Yeah, man, this is honestly one of my favorite songs I've ever been a part of. My dad had an old 1980 Ford Bronco when I was growing up, brown, white top. It's burned in my brain, and I brought this title in because I always wondered if I'd ever find it or find one like his I could buy to redo it, just to have that as a memory. And so I took that idea and we wrote the song. I was describing the Bronco as we were writing it, and sure enough, my brothers, I sent them the song weeks later. They ended up finding the Bronco, my dad's Bronco. So we have it back in our family. It's got a lot of work it needs to it, but I always say, and working in radio, how powerful it can be. I've never, I just knew if I was ever going to find it, it would be because of this song. And sure enough, we have it, but we've got a lot of restoring to do. But man, just one of the coolest stories I've ever been involved with in a song. And just, I hope people will check it out, because I didn't realize. I'm not a huge car person. I love, going to NASCAR races and stuff, but I didn't realize how many people, have connections to cars from when they were little, or their parents, or whatever it might be. There's so many stories I've heard just from this song as well. So being able to put out songs like Girl Dad, Bronco, that are about my life, it just, you find out, man, we're all human. We all are a lot alike. We come from different places, but there's a lot that what makes us human, the emotions inside of us, that's just what country music, it's why it's always been my favorite genre. I don't know if any other genre's ever spoken to me like it can. And it's just cool to hear these stories coming out of just all over the country.
How does that process even begin of them finding it? Where do you even start to, did they know, like, when you got rid of it and who bought it originally, just kind of go through the line?
Well, when my dad passed, we had it, but they just, that was always something I wanted to do. I remember asking my brothers, hey, can we do this? I'll take care of it. I just really want that. And they tried. I think whoever they took it to, it was just way too big of a job for, that mechanic down in Georgia. And it doesn't just need a mechanic. It needed a lot. So it just kind of, we assumed over the years it probably got stripped for parts or something happened to it. And there's a line that I purposefully put in that bridge that said, I hope it ain't junkyard parts because it's part of me. And I knew that was going to hit my brothers when they heard that line. And they, sure enough, man, they called the last guy that they knew had seen it. My brother even sent people out to the place to look for it without even asking, just seeing if we could find it, and they couldn't find it. And so sure enough, we thought, well, it must be gone. And so Richie, my brother, called, the last person he knew that had seen it. And he said, no, it's there. It's just way back in the pines. So it was just parked back there for years. I don't know how many years, man. And just, it's in rough shape, but it's just it's something that, we're already got a plan. And I can't wait to see the process of getting that back. And man, if I ever get a chance to sit in that thing, drive it, that'll be, what a great day that'll be.
So check out that one, and Bronco, new song here coming up from Cole Swindell. He joins us here, KORN Country 92.1. You look back at your career, your first couple big hits. How were you able to break through? Chilling it and Hope You Get Lonely Tonight. Those first couple are so big. You want those first couple to hit big. What were those big breaks? How did you kind of separate from the pack?
It's so tough as a new artist trying to get your stuff out there. For me, I've been writing songs, and I had I had some recorded by other artists. That was really, I think, a big thing that got my name out there to where labels were hearing my demos, and they're like, well, if you're writing and singing these, why aren't you just singing them? And that kind of, started the discussion of that. But as far as chilling it just, I don't know, I just felt like I knew it wasn't going to change the world or anything, but it felt like, as a new artist, people don't know you yet. I just felt like it was something they could roll the windows down and just enjoy, and then maybe want to know more about me, and then you get to start releasing more music. But you do have to have, I feel like a few in a row lined up, and Hope You Get Only Ain't Worth the Whiskey was a big third, and then, to just start your career like that was not, I had no idea that would ever happen, so it's just, you never know, but it is all about the song. I really do think that, and it can, break an artist. It can bring you can save a career. It can ruin it. It can do a lot. Songs are powerful. So I think as a new artist, for me, just having that song that just kind of, I don't know, just people wanted to turn up loud and have fun to it. Really, and then fans and country radio have allowed me to grow over the years and be able to, sing about things that matter to me. And it's just, I'm just thankful that I've got to do it all, I think.
Cole Swindell joins us here, KORN Country 92.1. Streaming wasn't much of a big thing 10, 15 years ago. Is it harder? Is it easier these days? Anybody can stream anything, but, there's just so much stuff out there. So how do you get recognized with, Spotify and iTunes and everything else out there?
I was going to ask you that. That is, that is honestly, that's one of the, the mysteries I don't know if many people have figured out yet. It's just such a different world so fast. I grew up on country radio, and I will always, I hope, I don't know if I could ever thank them enough for the support I've gotten. So it's something that, I focus on radio. I love it. But the streaming, it's a big deal these days. So it's kind of, trying to figure that out. There's so many artists, there's so many songs. I don't know how you expect anybody to focus on. There's just there's so much stuff out there. So I think just the quality of music, I think all the AI crap and stuff coming out, I think it's going to lead us back maybe to more raw, and just, I hope so. I know that's where, country music, that's what a lot of people love, but I just think, it's going to have to come from the songs, and they're just going to have to be, the best of the best out there. But like you said, sometimes it feels like, does that matter when there's 100 artists coming out with a song per day? It's just, if I was a fan, I wouldn't even know where to turn, But it is cool, though, on the other side of that. There's so many people now that are getting opportunities that may not have. And, I had my chance to have an opportunity there. Everybody's got their own path, so you can't really, you just have to adapt and try to go on with it. But I do try to see both sides. As much as it's scary, it's changing, it's also good for a lot of people that are getting chances. So I kind of, try to look at it from both sides.
7:30 this Saturday night, KORN Palace. Cole Swindell, he will be there. You've got a more traditional sound. Do you feel like people are yearning for that, 90s country, more traditional country? We've seen, a couple of artists pop up here in recent years that they sound like, oh yeah, this sounds like, 1995 country music.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, certainly what I grew up on, and I think that is why that, those artists are having success, not to mention they're great. I mean, it's just a cool sound. I think that is something that I've loved seeing come back, that sound. But also, you just never know where it's going to go, Obviously, when I came on the scene, the sound was a lot different, and, I like it kind of where it is, but it just, who knows where it'll go. I think, the best songs and the artists that come in like Zach Topp and the people that are able to do it and do it well, I think that's how you bring it back, and I think they're doing a great job. But I also think everything can't sound like that. I think that's what makes it special. But, if everybody sounded like that, it might as well be 1995, So it's just, I think having a mix is cool, because that's the one thing about music. If people are passionate about it, number one, but everybody thinks they're right. It's crazy. So it's kind of, in my opinion, you just listen to what you like, and there's just so much opinion in what's country and what's not, and it's just, I don't know, man. I think if people would ever been in the spotlight and had to read these comments, I think they would do it a little differently than the way they treat people. But it's just, it's just music, but it's powerful, and I love that people are that passionate about it. I'm a big fan, and it's just fun to kind of watch the way it's changing. Not fun all the time, but it's interesting at the least.
Cole Swindell joins us here, KORN Country 92.1. Should mention, Dolly Parton passed away this week. Your interactions with her and country music, and I mean, she may be bigger outside of country music, and just your interactions with her throughout your career.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of them, but I did. Some people may have never had the chance to meet her. I did get a chance to meet her at one of the award shows on the red carpet, and there's a picture floating around. I'm sure I'll, post just remembering her, but it's just, oh man, such a sad day for country music and, people everywhere. There's not many, you see all these tributes going up, and you just start thinking, there's not many people that, nobody has one bad thing to say about it. I mean, what a way to live a life and to leave a legacy. I mean, if we all, aspired to be like that and have people remember us like that, the world would definitely be a better place. But then again, that's why she was so special, man. One of a kind. I've never heard anybody that could take any question, anything that could be so divisive, and just absolutely give a comical answer or whatever it is. It's just she was an angel. I've never seen anybody been able to do that. But man, obviously my prayers go out to her family, and just, I know her fans and all of us. I mean, we wouldn't be here, man. She paved the way, and just a sad day. But I know where she is, and I know she's singing loud.
Cole Swindell joins us. You're a big sports fan. Sounds like you've got a pretty big sports card collection. When did that start? And kind of how involved are you with, because the 90s, that was kind of, my era of collecting cards as a kid. Now it seems like that's completely changed. A real big business here recently. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, probably a year or so is when I got back into it. But we're talking about music changing. So is the card. It's a whole different game, man. It is a lot of money involved, and whereas I just remember it being collecting, and you just grabbed if you found a card of a player you liked, you were happy. Now it's got to be numbered and signed and authenticated. I mean, it's crazy, all the things that they're doing to it to be able to But I don't know. There's people probably have different opinions about it. I'm kind of newer back into it, but man, it's just I haven't found anything that made me feel like a kid again, like that. And I think sometimes that's all we're we're looking for. But it has been something fun. I've been able to kind of get back into with one of my best friends, and we got our little card page, Young Coldens, and just have fun with it. We're big NASCAR fans, but obviously I love all sports. They're just so dang expensive, man. The NASCAR is a little more affordable, so we kind of stick with that. But obviously, I've got pulled a few of the football, baseball ones that are worth some money. But I've just always been a fan of sports and music, and I've never thought I'd get back into that, but I have been the past year or so.
It was like $20 for a box back in the day, and now it's like you can't find that. It just...
Dude, no, you can't buy a pack for 20 hardly. It's crazy.
I'd like to get into it, but it's like, I'll just count my cards that I already have. So.
Exactly, it's different. Now, you might need to look through those, and they're probably, you never know. There may be some gems in there.
Mm-hmm. Cole Swindell joins us again. He'll be in Milwaukee Friday. You've got a concert after the White Sox game next month. You've got one after a Nebraska football game in September. Clay County Fair in Spencer, Iowa, not too far away, September 12th. So you'll be plenty of time here in the Upper Midwest. Is there something that you expect from an Upper Midwest crowd? I mean, you've been everywhere, but when you head up to Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, is there certain things you expect from a crowd?
Just passion. I love playing in all those areas you just mentioned. I just feel like, I don't know, anywhere that loves sports, I feel like the crowds are going to be into the music, and I'm just, I think there's a reason that all artists love playing that. And for me, we already said it earlier, just the crowd is what we feed off of. So I don't know, it seems like they've always been good to us there, so we, guess that's why we keep coming back. But I love the energy and just how much they appreciate. I feel like everybody's so kind and appreciative of our time, but in all reality, I mean, we're just thankful they're showing up,
Should be a big crowd again. People excited to see Cole Swindell here in Mitchell. It is this Saturday night, 7:30 at the KORN Palace. Cole, again, your social media pages, websites, where can people go?
Yeah, just at Cole Swindell, wherever on Instagram. There's so much stuff going on TikTok, obviously X, Facebook, all that stuff. Just look me up, and y'all follow along. Come see us somewhere. We're going to keep putting out music and keep trying to figure out this whole music business.
Some of the new stuff and some of the old stuff. It'll be this Saturday night at the KORN Palace. Cole, thanks a lot here, and we appreciate you coming to Mitchell.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, Travis.